Here we are again, talking about PoE 2. Um, I started watching this a bit, and I think this is. I'm not saying it's the most, but it's definitely one of the most normal PoE 2 takes I've seen that is actually. He makes sense, yeah. And I 100% agree with him. And this is actually not even really about many things that I was talking about, but it comes into play because the vision that I'm expecting for this game is basically kind of like what he's talking about, like the game being a bit more difficult and stuff like that. Okay. Um. Yeah, I like this guy. I actually I've never seen this guy before. Maybe I didn't notice. Maybe he was in the PoE2 clips highlights before. Personally, I just don't know this guy. But yeah, so I started listening to him and I was like, you know what? Yeah, this guy makes sense.
Genuinely think that there's a weird split here because I don't like if the campaign takes 20 hours, but if I'm only going to make one character for the league and it takes me 20 hours, whatever, I'm done with it and I'm going to play the character till I'm bored and then I stop playing.
So this is the thing with I feel like PoE and PoE 2 especially, but PoE I feel like most people make one, maybe two characters. And this is where the whole discussion of the campaign comes into play. For example, he's on Last Epoch right now, so good we can use it as an example. Last Epoch, if you know what you're doing, you finish the campaign in under 2 hours, and then you go into endgame. Especially if it's your second character, and you can give it what do you call it, twink gear or whatever, and you just fucking fly through the campaign, right? Destroy everything, go into maps, destroy everything, yada yada. And I think Last Epoch is a game where it's just fun to make builds, and it's very freeing to try different classes and stuff like that. Meanwhile, Path of Exile, especially Path of Exile 2, you are not going to make multiple characters in a season. It's honestly unless this is your job, it is honestly just such a hassle to go through the campaign. However, it's not correct to say it's a hassle. It's more correct to say that it is just long. Campaign can still be fun. If you have twin gear, yeah, you can definitely do it faster. But it's just very long. And I don't think many people wanna keep doing it. That being said, I think if the campaign, especially when it's not for a twink, it's for a new player and it is challenging and stuff like that, and as long as it's challenging but it's fun, I don't think there's a real problem with the campaign lasting even 40 hours, as long as it's actually fun. The problem is that I feel like a lot of people are not having fun with the campaign, and again, fun is subjective. How do you fix it? I don't know. But again, like Jonathan said, he's making the game for himself to have fun. That based on how he's speaking in interviews, his priority is this fun for me? And then I adjust it to, while it's still fun for me, I adjust it to try and be fun for the player. So he's making a game for himself to have fun in. Okay? Which by the way, I don't necessarily disagree with it. Okay? It's his fucking game, it's his money, whatever. Yeah, just do whatever you want. It's fine. So can they make the game successful while making the campaign like this? Now, I think there are certain changes that you need to make. I don't think there's a whole lot of complaints about the campaign, specifically Act 1 and 2. I think really the main complaints start coming in Act 3. Even Act 2, to an extent, it starts happening. And I think realistically, this is probably the biggest issue that the biggest issue PoE2 has in terms of why campaign is no fun. If you look at the zones in Act 1, very easy and no mazes, very pretty damn small. when you spawn in like one location, you know pretty much where the next one. The most confusing zone in a sense is the where the executioner is, right? Because it's like sometimes it's like all the way up, sometimes it's like, you know, if you come from the left side, is he up or is he on the right side? Because you know, if you look at the world map, you can actually tell. But if you're a brand new player, this will not brand new, but like you didn't play the game a lot, like you didn't do that part of the campaign multiple times, you might not realize that's like the map will actually tell you in which direction the executioner would be to an extent. Right? If you use just like the world map and the your like zone map when you zone in, so it would tell you. But like other than that, everything is like no mazes. It's everything like either an open area or it's just, you know, like a C-shaped map or something like that. So you know exactly where you go. There is one maze kind of with where the crops are at the farmland. Kind of like you can make a wrong turn there and like be like, ah, fuck, it's all the way on the other side. I think they should open up two paths to that. But again, Act 1 is not the issue. Act 2, even though it's not very mazy, the maps are very big for like as compared to like Act 1. It's not a big maze, but the maps are pretty big. But Act 3 takes it like it's mazes and huge maps and like why the fuck, right? And again, if your goal is to be slow in this game, then having these huge maps feels bad. Now, if your goal is by Act 3 you're supposed to be a lot faster, then either, which I don't agree with by the way, but like either your character scaling is designed poorly, like if you're expecting by Act 3 that people should be going through the zones substantially faster, like you should have unlocked so many possibilities of mobility and stuff like that, or like white mobs should just be blowing up at this point so like it doesn't matter and stuff like that, then I'll be like, okay, then you have a point to make these maps big. But that is not the case. You unlock the blow up potential realistically in like Cruel 1, 2, right? That's pretty much where you unlock it. Act 3, you're still rather slow. So you don't want to have these huge maps when you are still so slow. Now, personally, I don't think that zooming should be the like the standard of the game. But if you do want to make it a zoomy game, which it seems like they do based on Endgame, then you are clearly already designing Act 3 for kind of zooming because of how big and mazy many of the maps are, right? So either the balance is off in the sense like when your character is supposed to be like come online to a zoom mode, or you fucked up on the maps in Act 3 and this size should have been like in Act 4 or Act 5, right? Because that's usually when you would unlock it. Like Cruel 1 and 2 is basically Act 4, Act 5. Yeah.
No, I really wouldn't. I consider myself having far more time than the average. I feel like the only reason you played Huntress, or the only reason you had fun in PoE2 is because you played Huntress. It's not balanced at all. Sure, but when I was playing Huntress, right? When I was playing Huntress, everyone else was bitching about Huntress. So that's not really a fair statement. They have children, wives, husbands, other hobbies, life, and work. Yeah, but like the point is,
Honestly, so I get that argument, but ARPGs are not competitive games. If you just play the one character per season, and the intended goal is for you to play it for 2 months because their main goal is bouncing between PoE 1 and PoE 2, right? They want to make like a season that lasts 4 months, but realistically, within 2 months, you're probably gonna switch over to PoE 1 where there's a new season, right? And then it's like it's gonna be two, 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 and that is like seems like their intended goal, and based on like how people drop off, 2 months seems about right. But it's not like they drop off to the point where you want to bring in a new season because you're gonna screw other people over. So having two different games with alternating seasons, like every 2 months you're gonna have a new season in the other game, would be the goal. And if you're somebody who doesn't have a lot of time, 2 months, even when you don't have a lot of time, like you can only play like maybe like an hour, 2 hours in the evening, and let's say you can't play in the evening, you only have the weekend. I honestly think PoE 2 would be enough. Like 8 weekends, essentially, 8, 9 weekends, essentially, would be enough for you to basically finish the campaign, do the maps, get to like wherever you need to get, and like enjoy the season, and then bounce, right? So I don't really care about it. And if you're only a PoE 2 player, then 4 months to make one character, which by the way, I'm pretty sure the intention is for you to make only one character per season, just because like it's so tedious to make a second character. So based on their design, I don't think it's really an issue. I think pretty much anyone will have time. And also, you don't have to play a season, especially if like you're mostly playing ARPG solo and you don't trade. And by the way, if you trade, 2 months is way more than enough. Okay, like it's way more than enough to get shit done. Okay, because like yeah, once you get to like Cruel, buy the gear, you come online, just everything blows up, and you pretty much beat the game, right? Just by pay to win, without real cash, with like with the exalted. So I think if their intention is the 2 months, then it's not. I think everyone will have the time to do it. And honestly, if you don't have the time to do it, then honestly, you just don't have time for video games at all. Like it's like, and also the main point is like, why would you like? They don't expect you to suffer through the campaign. It should be fun and entertaining, just even to do the campaign, as even though it takes so long, right? Like that's not their intention. If you are suffering through the campaign, you're not enjoying the campaign, then they fucked up on the design, regardless. Like for you, for your case specifically, because it's like again, ARPGs for the most part, there's no competition. You don't have to go. I mean, because of streamer culture, I guess maybe a lot of people consider it that way. But realistically speaking, there is no like rush to get to the end game. Play at your own leisure. Log in whenever. Your character is still where it was. The mobs are still where they were. Just log in, go blast, log out. I mean, if that is probably the intention of like most ARPGs, just like play at your own leisure. Just go, turn your brain off a bit, like relax, not like become like fucking brain dead, but like don't think about serious shit. Just go, have fun, regardless if you're in maps or campaign. You should be having fun the whole time. You shouldn't be feeling like you're slogging through everything. Right now, obviously, that's not what's happening, but I think the intention would be that.
If I wasn't a streamer, I know you guys don't believe me, but I like when games are difficult. I
Hell
like
yeah,
when
brother.
games are scarce. I
Yes.
like when everything is against you and you have to
Yes.
find your way to like do stuff. If I could
Yes.
make PoE 2 last 2 months for me and have fun doing it, I would.
Yeah.
I would,
Yeah.
right? Because I play
Mm-hmm.
games all the time and I go through them so quickly. Now I agree. I agree. If you don't like the campaign,
Now I don't agree because man, I have no time to play Guild Wars 2, Last Epoch, PoE 2. No Rest for the Wicked is gonna come out, right? Like I don't have time to play any of these, like any of them, like at the same time. So in that regard, man, and honestly, even if I was like a full time streamer, right? Even if I was a full time streamer, um, I would not have time to do them. Like there's just not enough hours in the day to play so many games, especially when one of them is an MMORPG. And shit, honestly, sometimes I want to play Final Fantasy 14. I want to catch up on like the new expansion. No time for that. Like, well, it's not that there's no time. It's not in my priorities, right? I want to give Elders ESO a try again. No time in my priorities, right? I have so many games on my Steam library that I bought because there was like a huge sale and I never tried them. I have Nio 2. Pretty sure I bought Nio 2, didn't I? Yeah, I didn't even install it. I want to try this game. I heard it's hard, but it's like it's harder than Elden Ring. It's more Sekiro style, which is like I mean I by the way I also have Sekiro, which I didn't which I played like 10 hours of because I just couldn't get into it. which I want to play. I want to try what do you call it? Erdtree, Shadow of the Erdtree. I still haven't done that. There's just not enough time in the day. Even if I was like a full-time streamer, there's not enough time in the day. So, yeah.
And you're not having
Oh, he has the
fun
crab. Yo, this what's it called? Ring, Jesus. This ring is a troll, but I like it. Perma haste. Mwah. Nice touch.
through, then yeah, that's a completely different story, right? They were bitching about other builds. No, you really should watch my day one stuff, man. I'm not trying to shit on
I
it.
was just arguing about like you used the Huntress so you had fun. It's like, no, Huntress was kind of garbage at the beginning, but like I think the Huntress, the way it was at the beginning, was more to my liking. The problem is obviously when you have like too many mobs and like you have to like parry the right mob and then attack the right mob to get the stack. I think that's stupid. I think you should just have like, if you parried, your next attack will generate frenzy. Like just your next attack generates frenzy. That's it. Like you don't, or whatever, like the combination attack for it will generate frenzy. Like that's it. Like you don't need to attack this person you just parried. Even though like I understand logically that that's why. Like I understand logically you parried someone, he's like, oh, like he's like in a certain daze, whatever, and then because you attack him, you get the frenzy. I get that. Thematically, I get that in terms of logic, but in terms of gameplay,
Anyone, I did not struggle parrying. I tried all different types of skills. I didn't even end up playing Lightning Spear until later into the Lightning Spear across the board. Yep. Lightning Spear a chance.
Yep.
Do you know why? Is the character
progression
changing support gems. And the reason that's
here you go.
Before you get access to game-changing support gems. And the reason that's a problem is people will try a skill, they'll try the skill with a recommended support gem, and it doesn't feel good, so they...
I don't know why the recommended support gems are so fucking trash in this game. Please, bro, honestly, just don't recommend support gems in that case. It is actually absurd. Just don't recommend them. Or at least make either a bigger variety, or I don't know, maybe like change when some support gems, like 1 to 10 would show you some support gems, and then like it would swap at like 15 to I don't think it's a good idea either. I'm just saying this, like the support gems that are in the recommended are fucking trash pretty much for 95% of the skills. Like it's fucking stupid.
Stop using the skill, and that's not the player's fault. That's GGG's fault for the way support gems are integrated in.
Yeah.
That's the problem, right? If you could get Volt as your first support gem, nobody would bitch about Huntress. Why? Because you would put Volt on, throw your Lightning Spear, and you'd be like, bro, why is this thing decimating everything? Because of the Volt support gem. Lightning Spear is OP because of Volt, right? That's where the big issue is. As a guy who's played a bunch of PoE 1, and as a guy who loves when games are difficult, I had fun trying out all these different things. But that's not for...
Same. Yeah, I love an ARPG. Again, don't get me wrong, like Last Epoch is its own like, unique case where it's like it's kind of like, actually no, honestly no. Last Epoch does the same thing, right? It's very easy for you to try out things, right? And I think that's what I like about ARPGs. I can just get to try out things. You make it so hard to try new things, it's not fun for me, right? So yeah, just let me try shit, Let me try and solve the problem in front of me, but don't make the problem so fucking advanced that it's like it's only one specific build can deal with it, right? Like don't make a problem so hard that like the only way to deal with it is to just like ignore the problem, which is basically like one-shotting end game bosses and shit like that. That is a problem, right? Different solutions to a problem. That's what I want to have
for everyone, because as we said before, not everyone has the time.
Hard to design that. I'm just saying like what my ideal shit would be.
Right. Not everyone has the desire. Not everyone even has the support gems to try them, especially on day one. But people like me, it's great for that. But I agree. The campaign is too long, right? For the average player, I completely agree. They have shortened it. Zones should not be mazes. That's my biggest
This is the
issue.
biggest
I
one.
don't think zones should be fucking mazes. Like, there is no reason, okay? There is literally no reason for a zone to look like this, okay? So let's use an example, okay? You
Yeah.
guys know the Viper fight, right? You fight Viper, okay? And then
Mm-hmm.
after you fight Viper, you can you can like either go this
You're
way
too
or you
bad.
can
Holy
go
shit.
this way. So you decide you go this way, and you're like, oh, okay. And then you're here, and there's a dead end. And then you go here, and and then it goes here, and then there's a dead end. And then this one has like a side area, and then you're like, oh fuck, hey look there, oh, okay, that's a dead end. And
Yep.
then you go on this one, you're like, oh okay, and then this goes down, and guess what? It's a dead end. But just kidding, because it actually goes over here, and then this goes over here, and then this one comes back over here, and then this comes all the way over here. And fuck it, it just goes all the way like this. But guess what? It's still a dead end. But then over here, there's like some weird fucking lever you click, and now you're all the way over here. But don't, I'm not done. You're still over here. So then you're going this way, and oh shit, a dead end. Then you go here, and you're like fuck, and then you come back over here, and then you come over here and you click, and it's like that thing you sell for like 500
Yep.
gold, right? This whole area is
And again, the main problem with this is that this is not like this is a nothing burger. This is a waste of your time. That's what it feels like. If there was a reason to explore the map, maybe, right? Then maybe this would be okay. But like there is no reason to explore this map. Having that quest for like the 1500 gold, like bro, fuck off. Like or like 1500, 1000, 1500 idols. I don't remember if it's on this map or I think it's on this map. It's like that quest, like it's like I don't give a shit about like 4000 gold like at this point in the game. Like fuck off. Like it's not. Why am I running around in circles here? Like this is annoying, right? And that's why I said like unless they're expecting to already have like insane mobility at this point, then it's not a big deal because it doesn't even waste that much of your time. But because it's you are not that fast in just Act 3, this is wasting a shit ton of your time.
optional because all you have to do is go here and then go like this and then go like this and you're at the exit. So what the heck is the point of this?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not necessary at all, right?
Now, I don't agree completely that's like, oh, you just need to like go straight to the end. I'm pretty sure that's not exactly what he means. But his main point is like, this is unnecessary. I agree that it's like you can have some wrong turns, but I feel like you shouldn't feel like a wrong turn is a punishment. You know, maybe have more rare mobs or something like that that are like in the dead ends. Like you walk in, like you kind of like you walked into a trap, whatever, right? And rare mobs have, you know, usually better gear and stuff like that, right? You shouldn't feel like you're going into a trap in the sense that it's like, okay, well, I just went all this way here, killed all these mobs. This is a dead end. I got nothing. I just wasted my time, and now I have to walk back the whole fucking way and backtrack like that. That is really not fun. And like I said before, with the map design, they really need to figure out their map design because if you want slow methodical gameplay, you need to make the map smaller. But if you want people to zoom, then they need at this point you need to zoom faster then because these maps come online way before you can start zooming. So, you know, there's a disbalance, is that a word? Disbalance between when shit comes online and when your character comes online. If that is the intended goal. So yeah, I don't. I think this is a very bad design idea, and it's again, I just don't like designs that are meant to waste your time. Like the whole, I guess season 1, like the first release of holy shit, first release of Path of Exile 2, where you didn't know where the citadels were. There's no indication. Like you just go at random. All of that felt like a waste of time, right? Most of the maps are kind of like useless to you. The tower was useless to you. All of this is just like these are waste of time. Like why do you make me do this in order for me to find a citadel? And then if I fail one citadel, I have to go and find it again somewhere. These all felt like massive wastes of time, right? I don't think a game should feel like a waste of time. You should be enjoying your time being wasted. It's like, I guess that would be it. Yeah, games shouldn't feel like they're a waste of time. Games should feel like you're enjoying wasting your time in. Because let's be real, games for many people are a waste of time. Me included, by the way. Me included.